Big updates are coming out of the UFC regarding the lightweight scene. UFC President Dana White has stirred excitement with fresh news involving Arman Tsarukyan and Ilia Topuria. Fight rumors are swirling, and the fan base is fired up. But the real question now is, will Dana give Arman the go-ahead for a title shot?
With Arman Tsarukyan weighing in as the backup, is he getting back in the good graces with you and the...
Well, it's not about getting back in the good graces. It's about, the guy had the opportunity to fight for a title and didn't make weight. It's just, you couldn't fuck up anything worse than that. But he proved, now that he's not fighting for the title and he was here as a backup fighter, he made weight. So it's definitely a step in the right direction.
The intensity just hit a new level. Arman Tsarukyan is offering $500,000 to secure a showdown with Ilia Topuria.
I can put the bets. I can put like a $500,000 if he beat me. If I beat him, he's gonna give me $500,000. So if he wants to make that, so I'm down, and we can shake hand fight. If I lose, I'll give him $500,000. If I beat him, he's gonna give me $500,000.
That's big words right there. Patty Pimblett ain't throwing numbers around like that, so...
Arman Tsarukyan is cranking up the pressure on Ilia Topuria, throwing some serious heat on social media. The top-ranked lightweight isn't pulling any punches, accusing Ilia of ducking a fight that Arman believes he's more than earned.
Ilia, stop running, Ilia. Stop running, Ilia. Good boy.
Ilia Topuria isn't exactly avoiding Arman Tsarukyan's challenge, but he's made it clear there's a process to earn that title shot. According to Ilia, fights like this don't come easy in the UFC. You have to earn them. Instead of jumping straight into a showdown, Ilia wants Arman to face a few top contenders first and prove he's ready for the big stage.
So if he wants to assure his title shot, he has to fight with Justin Gaethje, because if he fights with Arman, I think that Arman's gonna beat him. So the easiest path he has right now to get the title shot is Justin.
Okay, thank you.
Stylistically.
Thank you.
Former flyweight king Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson isn't holding back. He's backing Ilia Topuria to score a knockout against Arman Tsarukyan. Johnson believes Ilia's high-pressure striking could lead to a finish, and he's predicting an all-out war that fans won't forget anytime soon.
I don't think he's just going to risk going into where Arman's good just to prove a point.
No, I think he's going to knock Arman out. I don't think he cares to wrestle with anybody. I think he's going to get himself to the right spot and try to knock everybody out.
Dan Hooker didn't hold back when talking about Arman Tsarukyan, claiming that some fighters are flat-out afraid of him. While discussing the future of the lightweight division, especially with the UFC possibly booking Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira for the title, Hooker says Tsarukyan is being pushed to the sidelines. And according to him, there's only one way back into the title picture. Arman has to go through Hooker.
I think they're going to do Holloway, Oliveira, Gaethje for the title. That leaves Arman in the lurch. He's got to fight me to get back in the mix and to get a title shot. That's always the fight I want, and not because he's a prick and I hate him, but because I genuinely think that he's the hardest fight, and all those big name guys have like an excuse to not fight him. Yeah, I think he's the best at winning fights, and so a lot of these guys have a justifiable reason to avoid fighting him. And so that's been my approach since I first stepped foot in the UFC, is that I want to fight the best guys. I think Arman's the best guy.
Former UFC champ Daniel Cormier is fully backing Arman Tsarukyan for a title opportunity. In DC's eyes, Arman has already proven himself by taking on some of the toughest names in the lightweight division. Cormier believes it's time the UFC stopped rewarding hype and started recognizing real talent. And in his opinion, Tsarukyan deserves to be in the title conversation.
I don't understand how anyone in this weight class can say that they should get a title shot over Arman Tsarukyan. He was the #1 contender for the last year. He was in line to fight for the belt in Los Angeles, and then it didn't happen. It was because his back went out, right? Some people were saying it was a weight issue. Well, today he stepped on the scale as a backup fighter and looked in phenomenal shape. It just feels like Arman Tsarukyan should be next to fight for the championship.
Chael Sonnen just revealed what he's calling the worst-kept secret in MMA. Ilia Topuria is set to face Arman Tsarukyan next. Even though Ilia previously claimed he wasn't interested in the matchup, Chael says that's all part of Topuria's usual mind games, comparing it to the strategy once used by Anderson Silva, who would downplay fights before eventually signing them.
Ilia Topuria is fighting Arman Tsarukyan.
Ilia Topuria is officially set to face Arman Tsarukyan, and according to Chael Sonnen, it's all part of Topuria's game plan. Stir up buzz, spark some controversy, then seal the deal. While some fighters have labeled him a coward, Topuria isn't avoiding anyone. He's just playing it smart. The highly anticipated matchup is expected to go down this December at the T-Mobile Arena.
Seeing guys at 155 calling out Ilia Topuria, and they're not calling him and saying, "I want to fight him." They're calling out that he said that he doesn't want to fight Arman Tsarukyan. Okay, first off, that fight is done. Just so you understand. But guys do have a recipe. They're creatures of habit. No more than when Ilia steps outside and dips, he's going to throw a hook. 100% of the time to your face, not to your body. Not looking for your liver. Not a shovel hook. He's stepping outside, boom, he's coming with a calf punch. I mean, I'm just sharing, like, they're creatures of habit. So
at this point, Islam isn't just focused on defending his title. He's aiming for greatness. After securing consecutive impressive victories, he's now targeting the undefeated Ilia Topuria. Islam's goal is clear: to defeat the undisputed top fighter and claim the pound-for-pound throne.
Islam Makhachev was at Abu Dhabi this week. They asked him about Ilia Topuria, and he said, the UFC put him #1 pound for pound to build the fight. Him and I will fight for the best in the world in the #1 pound for pound ranking.
Ilia's already got the #1 ranking.
We'll give him.
Ilia's got a world championship they can fight over. Islam does not. So I think that Islam's math was a little bit backwards. It's very tough for me to believe if Islam obtains world championship status at 170.
Stylistically, this fight is a high-stakes showdown. Ilia's striking is precise, deadly, and efficient, while Arman brings non-stop aggression, top-tier grappling skills, and exceptional stamina. Together, it's a mix that promises chaos and brilliance.
Ilia's got his own thing, and Ilia is not out accepting fights, and he's not acknowledging that he looks at the rankings. He's not acknowledging that he's in a position where he has to do what he's told, where he works for the company. He is presenting, much like McGregor, a position of power, though he doesn't have it. He's not being a dick behind the scenes. To call Ilia a coward, I mean, this is such strong language, and I do feel like people have forgot what happened in the last 3 months. Ilia Topuria did not move up to 155 to fight for a vacant title. That is your mind playing a trick on you. He did not move up to 155 to fight Charles Oliveira for a championship. That is your mind misremembering.
In interviews, Ilia Topuria has made it clear that his move to 155 pounds wasn't about chasing a vacant title or going after Oliveira. His real goal has always been Islam Makhachev. Not just to claim a vacant belt, but to prove himself as a two-division champion by defeating the very best.
Ilia Topuria dropped the belt and moved to 155, coming straight after Islam Makhachev. So to suggest that he would not fight a guy who lost to Islam Makhachev, just for example, this is silly. This is silly, and he's not denying the fight. He has his approach. He has a way that he's found to build fights. He is a very big star. Much like he's not going to start slipping outside and not finding that knockout hook, he's not going to change the formula that he has, whether he's aware of it or not. But for fellow 155 pounders to be sitting back and to be judging and to be pointing a finger at Ilia Topuria, Ilia is playing you. Ilia is going to fight Tsarukyan.
The UFC isn't going to let Ilia Topuria take an easy route to his dream matchup with Islam Makhachev. Although Ilia aims to move directly to 155 and challenge the current champion, Dana White and the UFC's matchmakers have their own ideas about how things will unfold.
And outside of an illness or an injury, he's going to fight Tsarukyan next.
Arman Tsarukyan is putting in relentless effort at the gym, training harder than ever to earn his chance at the UFC Lightweight Championship against Ilia Topuria. Every day during camp, Arman hones his striking, refines his wrestling, and builds the stamina required to reach the summit. With the highest stakes of his career, he's prepared to prove why he deserves the next title shot and why he's among the most dangerous challengers in the division. The countdown to this epic showdown has begun. Arman Tsarukyan is training intensely with Morab Dvalishvili to sharpen his wrestling and ground game, learning from one of the toughest grapplers in the UFC. Training alongside Morab pushes Arman to his limits daily, potentially transforming his skills and tactics moving forward. He's grinding non-stop in the gym, pushing his body to the edge every day to prove he deserves to be called king of the UFC lightweight division. From intense sparring sessions that feel more like fierce battles to relentless wrestling drills that leave his opponents drained, Arman isn't just training, he's sending a clear message. He's determined to claim that belt from Ilia Topuria, no matter what it takes. Meanwhile, Ilia Topuria isn't just steering clear of Arman Tsarukyan, he's also keeping his distance from Paddy Pimblett. Despite Paddy's huge fan base and rising popularity, Ilia remains reserved. When it comes to both Arman and Paddy, Ilia prefers to quietly choose his battles, staying silent about tough matchups and focusing solely on what benefits his career the most.
So if he wants to assure his title shot, he has to fight with Justin Gaethje, because if he fights with Arman, I think that Arman's gonna beat him. So the easiest path he has right now to get the title shot is Justin.
Okay, thank you.
Stylistically.
Thank you.
Khabib Nurmagomedov didn't hold back, delivering pointed criticism toward Ilia Topuria, dismissing him as a serious contender for Islam Makhachev's lightweight crown. Instead, Khabib suggested that Arman Tsarukyan is the true challenge, a tougher test, and the one who truly deserves the next title shot over Ilia.
Как ты считаешь, кто опаснее сейчас для Ислама Махачева, Арман Царукян или Илья Топурия?
Мое личное мнение, не то чтобы там опасен, скажем так, более конкурентен. Я думаю, что Царукян. Я думаю, Арман посерьезнее боец, чем Топурия. Топурия хороший боец в 66, а в 70 мы его не видели. Я считаю, что Арман более конкурентоспособный для ислама, чем Topuria.
Arman Tsarukyan's hunger for the UFC lightweight title remains undeniable, especially after being pulled from the UFC 311 main event against Islam Makhachev at the last minute due to a serious back surgery that sidelined him for months. Despite the long wait, Arman's determination burns brighter than ever. After 6 months away, he's poised to return stronger, sharper, and more motivated to claim what he believes is rightfully his. This won't just be a comeback, it will be a statement. As the lightweight title picture heats up, former champion and analyst Daniel Cormier weighed in on who truly deserves the next title shot. Cormier expressed strong support for Arman Tsarukyan, noting his rise and the challenges posed by Ilia Topuria's fight choices. He said, "I love Arman. He's the #1 contender and has earned the next shot at the belt more than Paddy, or even Justin. The only fight Ilia wouldn't hesitate to take is against Islam. It's the biggest fight on the table for him. That matchup eclipses anything else with Paddy or the others." The anticipation is building as the potential showdown between Ilia Topuria and Arman Tsarukyan edges closer to becoming official. This fight has all the ingredients to be one of the most explosive and must-watch bouts of the year in the lightweight division. Topuria's elite striking, relentless pressure, and knockout power make him a dangerous opponent who can shift the fight with a single punch. On the other side, Tsarukyan brings a well-rounded skill set with top-tier grappling and exceptional fight IQ, making him a tough challenge for anyone in the division. This isn't just a battle between two fighters, it's a statement from both, men declaring their readiness to complete their journey to the very top and claim the lightweight championship. So, what's your take? Who do you think will come out on top in this epic clash? Share your predictions and join the conversation with fight fans everywhere. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on all fight previews, news, and post-fight breakdowns. This is the kind of matchup fight fans live for.